Welcome to Eminence High School's Governor Debates. We have, for the blue, Madison Sweeney. What do you plan to do to help teenagers' mental health?
We feel that teen mental health is a very important thing in schools, and the way we feel that we should solve it is by having staff and teachers trained to help students through their problems, whether it's some problem with school or with a problem at home, and then students will feel more comfortable and they can get the proper help at schools.
And now for our white candidate, Cassandra Dankworth. What are your thoughts on teen mental health?
My thoughts on teen mental health is we need to find a way to help our teens fight their mental health issues. We're so quick to not listen to a teen when they're crying out for help. During the school year of 2017 and 2018, about 51% of schools provided a mental health assessment to evaluate their students, and about 38% of them had to provide a treatment for their students' mental health. You might think that's a large number, but it's really not. It needs to be higher, because every school year we lose about 17% of our students to suicide or mental health issues a year. So we need to change that big time.
And for our red candidate, Mr. Denzel Governor. What is wrong with our children's mental health?
I think the answer to our teenage mental health is simple. Our children need to be disciplined more. Our children think that they're entitled to everything nowadays, and I think a little bit of discipline will change all that. When we were younger, we got paddles if we were acting up, and I think that's how we need to do it nowadays.
And now to our blue candidate with another question. What do you plan to do to stop violence in school?
To stop violence in schools, we feel there should be more security in schools, whether it's metal detectors or more security officers. Also with security officers in school, students feel more safe and feel they have someone to talk to in schools. That way, if there were an intruder or someone else bullying them, they have someone to go to. We also feel that teachers should be more prepared for situations in all cases, whether it's a shooter or a bully or just someone in the hallway.
Okay, Mrs. Dankworth. Why is there school violence and how can we help stop it?
I think there's school violence because students don't know how to act in schools. They don't know how to treat each other right. They always want to say, "Oh, look at me, I have this," and that person doesn't have that, so it causes an issue. There's almost always school violence in every school you go to. In the 2017 and 2018 school year, there's about 9,662 violent acts that occurred in the public school system. We need to be educating our educators. We need to have more qualified student counselors, and we need to educate our parents as well. We need to lower that number of school violent acts in schools, period.
Okay, Mr. Governor, why are children so much more violent now than they were before?
Well, the answer to that question is we have taken God out of schools. If we bring back God into the schools, then the children will act as if they do not want to act up in front of the Lord. I believe that Bible studies every morning should be installed into the schools, and children will not act up in the eyes of the Lord.
Why is the Lord something that would help children stay on track?
Well, growing up, did you not go to church?
I did.
You did, and you acted right in church, didn't you?
Correct.
Well, I feel as though if we make the school more of a church, then children will act right in said school.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Sweeney, what is your plan to help reduce alcohol and substance use within our community?
First, we plan to be more strict with alcohol, keeping an eye on the lower ages ranging from 16 to 21, because that is a big problem in communities. Also, we want to lower the outlet number, so limit the number of places where you can get alcohol. And also, we want to stricten ID checks and making sure that they are 100% a true ID and no fake IDs. And also make sure that we're keeping it on for young people in the community, just whether it's pulling people over to have car checks or going to a house and ask people what's going on, just to keep everyone and keep the young adults out of alcohol.
Okay, Ms. Dankworth, how could drugs and alcohol affect its users in the long run?
I think Drugs and alcohol can affect a lot of their users by becoming an addiction, and then addiction can also lead to death or family problems. I've seen a number of families that have fought with addiction, with drugs or alcohol, that have been ripped apart, kids put into foster care systems. Alcohol and drugs can lead to a number of problems that need to be changed.
Mr. Governor, why are children trying drugs and alcohol?
I think that the children nowadays are listening to all of this rap music and learning that drugs and alcohol are fun to use and that it's okay to use these. And I believe that is the wrong way to go. If we stop rap, we stop drugs and alcohol. I believe that kids nowadays should grow up listening to people like Frank Sinatra and Elvis Presley, because you don't see them talking about drugs or alcohol in their songs. And rap is all drugs. Your Lil Pump stays talking about drugs and alcohol, and that is not the answer. So we stop rap, we stop drugs and alcohol.
What is your outlook on Christian rap?
I feel like Christian rap would be okay. To a certain point, any drug and alcohol reference, it's a definite no. But without, I think it's fine.
Okay, Miss Sweeney. What do you believe can make academics and schools around the community better?
I believe how we can make academics better would be just training teachers more, having more hands-on activities, making students more eager to learn in schools and not wanting to go to school every day just because they have to, because they should be eager to learn and be happy to go to school every day. So learning should be more fun. We should find ways to where teachers are trained to make students more interested in topics and more just something students can get into.
Okay. Miss Dankworth, what are your goals in making academics in school better?
My goal in schools and academics is to make it where our students are more involved to learn or want to try new things or want to share their ideas. I want to make it to where students' voices can be heard, what they think is their best way to learn or what they need to be learning to make it successful in life. I want them to be able to learn more, and that way we can help them be ready for college or maybe even career ready.
What would be some of your steps to make schools better, how you just explained?
I would have them tell their teacher at the beginning of the year what is their best way of learning. Is it to be talked to or hands-on learning, or whether it's maybe we need to get out of the classroom and go on field trips to help them understand more what they're trying to learn inside the classroom, so they're getting an example of what's going on in the outside world.
Mr. Governor, what can be done to influence academic culture here at Eminence?
Well, I think it's a great thing that all of our students have computers. We're all going to be tech sound, but none of our students are hands-on workers anymore. And in the world, everyone has to be at least somewhat of a hands-on worker. So I believe that bringing back the shop class to Eminence would benefit all of our students more. Jobs such as plumbers do not use computers every day. So I believe that the shop class is a perfect way to get our students to be hands-on learners and workers.
Are there any specific jobs you would suggest to be in the shop class?
No, just when you learn hands-on skills, it should apply to all jobs.
That was the Eminence High School 2019 debate. Signing off.